Good evening, everybody. We're very fortunate at Grand Rapids Community College to have students from 23 countries attending here. This global festival is a great learning experience for our students because GRCC students truly will work in a global marketplace. Communication with friends and customers is already global and immediate. The more our students can learn about business, careers, customs, and everyday life in other countries, the further ahead they will be. This festival is not only great fun, but it helps us teach the customs, culture, and etiquette of other countries so that our students won't be at a disadvantage in their travels. This event tonight is really a learning experience for all, disguised as an evening of fun, friendship, and food. It reminds us that being made of different cultures, thoughts, customs, and opinions is what makes us a great community. I applaud the efforts of the Hispanic Student Organization and the International Student Organization for the work they put into making this annual event happen, along with the help of Katie Giesman and Francisco Ramirez, who guide them along. Look around you. The people you see here today are not just students and other members of the GRCC family. You also see folks from our local community. We take pride in welcoming our community to our campus for enriching and educational activities every chance we get. We are your community college. It's celebrations like tonight and your participation in them that ultimately make us a better community here in Grand Rapids, and in the bigger picture, a better society. Enjoy the food, the dancing, the atmosphere, and the energy here tonight, and I thank you all for helping make this another successful Global Experience Festival.
So this goes up here. But Will and Carlos, would they fall afterwards?
Good morning, students. Today I will talk about your final assignment. But before I get started, let me take roll. Ivan?
Here.
Eunice?
Here.
Kaylor?
Here.
And Lana?
Here.
All right, you're all here, great. Now, if you notice in front of you, there are some note cards. Before I explain what they're about, I would like to ask you guys some questions. Does anyone know what the population of the world is? Okay, could anyone tell me where you might find coconut crabs at?
Red Lobsters?
I'm sure you can order them there, but that's not what I meant. Now, does anyone know who the Italian Prime Minister is? It seems as if our culture has become entirely focused on our immediate surroundings, and rarely do we venture out to learn about other parts of the world. That being said, your final assignment will consist of each of you writing a report on the country that is assigned to you in the note card. Any questions? All right, class is dismissed.
OMG, I got India. What did you guys get?
Crikey, I got Australia. What'd you get, mate?
No, stop it. I got Egypt. I don't know a thing about Egypt other than besides the pyramid.
Well, unlike you guys, I'm not gonna be learning about Egypt or pyramids or kangaroos, but I'm sure gonna be learning how to GTL in Italy, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
You already
What?
know.
What's GTL?
What's GTL?
GTL.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, everyone. We are Expense at Hand. Welcome to the 2012 Global Experience Festival. Coca-Cola charge 너희가 싫어 숨만 나고 나च्या만 했니 갈아버리던 모나가 모노나 아이 모이야 수많은 바카바카시 신나소래 호래 볼렘버 기분이 나서 자이라로 쇼체 Thank you. We are Expense at Hand. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Well, wow, wasn't that just a lot of acts at once? But that's how you have to start up a show. You have to start it with a lot of things to get everybody hyped and excited.
Yeah, one thing that did get me during the act of the students when they were acting up here was the GTL part.
Yeah, what does that mean? Who knows what GTL means here? By a show of hands. Anybody? Anybody? All right, you right here. Let me go real quick. What does GTL mean, miss?
Gym, tanning, and laundry.
Gym, tanning, and laundry. That's kind of weird. Where do you get that from?
Jersey Shore.
And how many people here watch Jersey Shore? By a show of hands, don't be ashamed. It's okay. I know a lot more of you watch
We
Jersey
got one right
Shore.
here.
Oh, right
She
there?
watches Jersey Shore. What's Jersey Shore about?
What do you mean? About them at the beach house having fun all the time.
Exactly, getting crazy. And I hope you guys get crazy during the event.
And what did you guys think about Expanse at Hands? Did you guys like them? Rocked, right? They rocked.
They actually performed a Japanese rock band song called Nico Touches the Wall.
And that is actually, the song was called Broken Youth. And just so you guys know, Andrew is actually part of the ISO. And the ISO is the co-sponsor for the Global Experience Festival. So could you please give him another round of applause?
Another group that decided to join was the HSO. ISO and HSO were both the co-founders of the Global Experience Festival. Go ahead.
And just so you guys know, ISO stands for the International Student Organization, while HSO stands for the Hispanic Student Organization, which me and Jose are part of.
Yes, she's actually the president.
And he is the Student Council representative.
Yes. Our next performance that we would have is the Rangila Irish dancers. They will be performing Rhythm of the Irish.
And just to tell you guys, we actually saw them at the Calvin Festival, and they were just amazing. They will literally tap your socks off.
Yes.
So please give a round of applause and welcome the Rangila Irish dancers.
What do you guys think?
I gotta say, that was amazing. Another hand of applause? That's what I thought. I could never dance like that myself. Could you?
I can try to, but not really.
It looks like you have two left feet, so I don't
do,
really
yeah.
think so.
Our next performer will be Justin Dawes and Erica Wynn.
They will be performing an Irish folk song called Danny Boy. I myself have never heard Danny Boy perform live or in a video or in just the song itself, but I believe it's going to be beautiful and that you will enjoy it.
Yes, so another round of applause for Justin Dawes and Erica Wynn.
Waiting for power. The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow, and I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Are dying, and I am dead, as dead I well may be. You'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear those soft dew tread above me, and oh, my grave will warmer, sweeter be, for you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Well, I just gotta say, that was truly beautiful. And when he hit those high notes, those were really nice.
The whole piano scene was really relaxing.
Right?
Yes.
So next up, our next performer is Devondre Jones.
He will be performing to a master mix to Break Even by The Script.
And just so you guys know, he actually auditioned to be on So You Think You Can Dance. So you will see some very nice, cool dance moves.
Yes. He's also a student here at Grand Rapids Community College. I hope you guys give him a round of applause.
Yes. Please and thank you.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Just praying to a God that I don't believe in. 'Cause I got time while she got freedom. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even. The best days will be some of my worst. She finally met a man that's gonna put her first. While I'm wide awake, she's no trouble sleeping. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even, no. What am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up that you're okay? I'm falling to pieces, yeah. I'm falling to pieces.
I would simply like to say that I think this has been one of the great days of America. I would simply like to say that I think this has been one of the great days of America.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but that just blew me away. Right?
I think I got my first performance right there. That's my favorite one so far.
I know, right? That was amazing.
Yeah,
I think he deserves a greater round of applause than that. Don't you guys think?
Louder, louder, woo!
That was truly amazing. I wish I could move like that. Can you move like that? And then when he was like doing the wave, I can't even do the normal wave. How would I do that one? It was like, it was just amazing.
All right, next we will have Will and Carlos.
And they will be doing a poetry/spoken words. And just so you guys know, Will and Carlos are also GRCC students and my personal friends. And I just gotta tell you, you guys will be mesmerized by Will's voice and Carlos's flow. So please give them a warm round of applause.
Thank you.
Mike,
All right, to make things clear, I'm Will. This is Carlos, and he's gonna be going first for y'all.
As a grain of sand I blow in the breeze, as to float and see men bowed on their hands and knees by the mass quantities they chant. As a branch in the eastern part of our hemisphere, I see ever so clearly the traditions that these people hold dearly. As a blade of grass where I rise between the cracks of a concrete slab, I see street lamps, people's feet tap, car horns beat fast. I guess this just isn't the place for a blade of grass. As a puddle I muddle of a moped passing, men, women, and children laughing, loud music blasting, people dancing, lovers romancing. I vibrate to the beat of this place. As a pebble I lay to witness a very civilized way. The structures never changed from all the ages I stayed. Amazed at how it became to pass that this place can outlast the time past. No matter what may become of our cultures to clash, we should never falter. As humans, we last.
Give him a round of applause. All right, now it's my turn. All right. The dichotomy of making peace within a warrior culture, features of forefathers molded in Olmec sculptures, Toltec pyramids, jaguars' egos, sacrifice of men. Ambitious desires of empire's expansion established a slave trade transatlantic. The havoc of Spanish conquistadors, descendants of Moors, mixtures of natives and Africans in enslavement created Hispanic nations. Masamune Musashi made blades for death's easy delivery. Skillful scimitars swing swiftly, slice serenity symmetrically, soaking soil for centuries, until 13 years before 1870 AD. Muslim Mughals made many marvelous monuments, detailed architects of art and artifacts. Egyptian astrologers traced star trajectories with mathematic tactics, constructed pharaohs' tombs to atomic exactness. Information is vital. Traditional tribal golden idols and titles for heads collected. Coming of age, what's expected? A leap of faith with vines around the legs? Or crocodile scars from obsidian razor blades? Or a vision quest for days? Tests of will, guns, germs, and steel. The sheer fear of learning to steer Ezekiel's wheel. Thank you, thank you. Where the MCs at? Y'all better come up here and get these mics.
Eunice wakes up startled in the middle of a busy street in the crowded capital of the Republic of India. She is disoriented and confused, but luckily she's able to find her way to a small shop on the street. The old shop turns out to be a bookstore. She sits in a small table by the shop's window, and as if by magic, a book appears with the title, Everything You Need to Know About the Place You're in Right Now. Eunice opens the book and begins studying.
Loana wakes up, but unlike Eunice, she's all alone in the middle of the Egyptian desert. It's scorching hot and she needs to find some shelter quickly before she becomes dehydrated. She looks around and throughout the extreme heat wave, she is able to find in the far distance the Great Pyramid of Giza. It takes her quite a while to actually reach the pyramids, but once there, she meets a British archaeologist named Sir Henry. He shares not only his water, but also the knowledge she possesses of Mother Egypt. They enter the pyramids to begin their adventure.
Kaylor wakes up in the dark forest of Australia with hundreds of eyes staring at him from the dark shadows of the surrounding trees. These eyes seem to really frighten Kaylor, and the darkness surrounding him does not help one bit. As he begins to feel around, he finds a small flashlight. He shines the light upon the trees, and all the animals disperse. He begins to explore the area, and in the darkness, he is able to see a bright light far off in the distance. As he gets closer and closer, he finds that what he has stumbled upon is a campsite. There, he meets a girl named Kayla. Kayla is a college student who is currently studying the many different species that reside in the jungles of Australia. Her way with words enchant Kaylor, and he becomes very interested in the many facts that she has to offer about what Australia really is. As Kaylor and Kayla sit by the campfire, they discuss her research.
Ivan, in the middle of Rome without a single dime in his pocket, or even pockets as he seemed to have lost his pants. He does not remember how he got there, but he definitely has a strange feeling that the night before was one heck of a night. As he sneaks through the narrow streets of old Rome, he notices a pub out in the distance. It seems so familiar to him that without thinking, he walks right through the door. Inside, as if he had been waiting for Ivan, arrives the bartender with his clothes at hand. After redressing himself, Ivan decided to stay. After a couple of drinks, and find out exactly what happened the night before. The bartender explains how much Ivan had drank, and out of nowhere, he decided that he didn't need any clothes and ran out. Ivan, a little embarrassed, looks down at his drink, and at this time, the bartender named Mario says,
You know, although Rome and Italy itself are great at night, they are even better in the daylight. There is so much culture that one can experience. Would you like to know a little bit more about the real us? And I don't mean what you see on TV or what you read in books, but the real history of what makes me proud to be called an Italian.
Ivan, now second limoncello at hand, says, Why not? It can't hurt to learn. And so the bartender begins to tell him many tales of Italy as Ivan sips his drink and listens attentively.
Now, please give our great actors a round of applause. Thank you so much.
They were all students, just to let you guys know.
Yeah, they were all students, and they were the ones who actually made this night happen. They are part of our planning committee.
They decided to meet with us every Thursday night in the counseling department here at GRCC.
Yep. So next up, we have Sabrosissimo, a GVSU entertainment group that emphasizes Latin dance at the basis of education on Latino culture. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all of the group members, but we were able to get their best dancers, Veronica and Carlos.
Yes, Carlos himself, he's from Peru, and Veronica's from Chile.
So please give them a round of applause as you welcome them to the stage.
¿Cómo olvidarte si frágilmente dibujaste en mi deseo la palabra amor? ¿Cómo olvidarte si tu sonrisa ilumina suavemente todo lo que me rodea? Y quizás tu amor me quede grande, y quizás no fui tan importante.
Recoge, y aunque me diga que usted me quiere, no se puede. Ay, mira, no, y no se va a poder. Mira, no se puede. Que yo la busco por aquí, pero que se encuentre por allá y yo no sé, no se puede. Y antes que el coro se acabe, mejor yo le digo así. Qué bueno que sepa que lo poco que hay en mi mesa para mucha gente pesa. Vieron cómo luché para llegar a donde estoy, sin dejar de ser quien soy, y si eso no le alcanza, así no se va a poder.
Siempre te inventa la misma razón, que no tiene tiempo, no te presta atención, siempre está ocupado, según dice él, pero llega con perfume de otra en su piel y tú sigues con él, no sabes qué hacer, olvídalo, aquí estoy yo para dar lo que él nunca te dio. Déjame entrar en tu corazón, déjame entrar en tu corazón, olvídalo. Aquí estoy yo para dar lo que él nunca te dio. Déjame entrar en tu corazón.
Pégate, pégate, pégate. Escucha lo que pasó, él te mintió. Tú pensabas que estabas conmigo, no, eso se acabó. Ven, pégate, pégate.
Wow, that was really great. I myself am from the Dominican Republic, and so is Jose.
Yes.
But I don't think we can dance like that.
No, we don't know. We never learned when we were little kids.
Yeah, we kind of just, I don't know, we were born with two left feet. It wouldn't work out. That's the, yeah. So let's just drop it. Next up, we have Teresa Muala.
She will be performing a Filipino song. It's very smooth and it's very slow, so it'll kind of calm you guys down.
Yeah, so it'll be a nice, relaxing song after a nice, good dinner. So please help us welcome her to the stage with a warm round of applause.
Mayroon akong nais malaman. Maaari pang magtanong. Alam mo bang matagal na kitang iniibig? Matagal na akong naghihintay. Ngunit mayroon kang ibang minamahal. Kung kaya't ako'y di mo pinapansin. Ngunit ganon pa man, nais kong malaman mo. Ang puso kong ito'y para lang sa'yo. Nandito ako, umiibig sa'yo. Kahit na nagdurugo ang puso. Kung sakaling iwanan ka niya, huwag kang mag-alala. May nagmamahal sa'yo, nandito ako. Kung ako ay iyong iibigin, di kailangan ng mangamba. Pagkat ako ay para mong alipin. Sa'yo lang wala nang iba. Ngunit mayroon kang ibang minamahal. Kung kaya't ako'y di mo pinapansin. Ngunit ganun pa man, nais kong malaman mo. Ang puso kong ito'y para lang sa'yo. Nandito ako, umiibig sa'yo. Kahit na nagdurugo ang puso. Kung sakaling iwanan ka niya, huwag kang mag-alala. May nagmamahal sa'yo, nandito ako. Nandito ako, umiibig sa'yo. Kahit na nagdurugo ang puso. Kung sakaling iwanan ka niya, huwag kang mag-alala. May nagmamahal sa'yo, nandito ako. Nandito ako.
Wow, that was really beautiful. I myself have never heard a Filipino song before. Or actually, I haven't really heard many Filipino people talk, but that was really nice. And it really actually relaxed me, and I'm a little more not as nervous.
She has a great voice. I just want to point that out to you guys. That
She
was
really
amazing.
does.
Our next performance will be the Northern Lights Singers. They will be performing these songs in this order. The first one will be Anishinaabe Kwe.
And the Anishinaabe Kwe is a song that Native American women perform for their community.
The next one would be the AIM song.
And the AIM song is the national anthem of the Native Americans.
Next, the final song will be the Traveling song.
And the traveling song is a song that they close up the act with and is telling you and wishing you a safe drive home.
Yes, now let's give them a round of applause so they can come up.
Please
on
welcome
stage.
them to the stage.
Yes.
This next song is called the AIM song, and this is the Native American national anthem. And we'd like to ask you to please stand and honor our song. And if you have hats on, could you please remove them? Thank you. Watch.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tell them this is our last.
Yep.
Man, I had the craziest thing happen to me. You would not believe this.
Don't say.
I'll tell you, look. So I'm in the library, I'm doing my research for my assignment. I pass out completely. And I had the most vivid dream of actually going to Australia. I'm serious. And the craziest thing happened to me. You're not gonna believe this. I go to Australia. I'm in the middle of Australia walking around and I don't know where I'm at, and I see this campfire, and I go to this campfire and there's this girl sitting by this campfire. She's looking kind of cute. I'll admit it. I'm not gonna be shy. So I go up to the campfire. I kick it with this girl for a little while, and she tells me everything there is to know about Australia. She's talking about the kangaroos. She's talking about the koala bears. She's talking about the population. I'm talking about everything about Australia. So it's getting close to the end of the night. I lean in for the kiss.
I bet you ain't get it, though.
She wouldn't have kissed you either. Anyways, she left me with a gem.
Happened to me, except for I was in a bookstore in the middle of Delhi, and I was reading this book that magically appeared out of nowhere, while a little kid comes up to me and he tells me that this book holds more knowledge than I could ever imagine, and that I should treasure it. I woke up in the computer lab, and a sharp object was in my pocket, and I reached in to see what it was, and I got this.
That is crazy. I had the same experience.
One moment. Now, I had the same exact dream, but it wasn't exactly like that. But I don't want to tell them what really happened in my dream. You guys seen it. I could either A, tell them what really happened, or B, tweak up the story, change it up a little bit, or basically just not tell them at all. Yep, plan B it is. Hey guys, I got my GTL on in Italy, baby. Yeah, buddy. But I got a diamond too, so I have no idea what it's about, man. Like,
What do you think it means?
I have no clue. I hope the
Welcome
teacher
back,
knows.
students. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. You know, when I was your age, I had a similar experience. I bet you're wondering what the significance of the gem is. Over the years, I've come to think of it as a symbol of global enrichment, a symbol signifying diversity, multicultural knowledge, and cross-cultural awareness. So I'm wondering, what did you guys learn from your unusual trips?
India is in South Asia, and it lies between Pakistan, China, and Nepal. The capital of India is New Delhi, and the country's largest cities are Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata. India is also the 7th largest country in the world. India's flag was adopted on July 22nd, 1947, after India became independent from Great Britain. The white represents peace, unity, and truth. The green stands for faith and fertility, and the blue symbolizes the sky and the ocean. The national fruit of India is a mango. The national flower of India is a lotus, and the national bird is a peacock. The Taj Mahal Taj Mahal is in the city of Agra, north of India, and it is built by the emperor in memory of his queen. The Taj Mahal is made of white marble stones with precious gems and stones pressed against the walls.
Thank you very much, Eunice. All right. Up next is Loana. So tell me, Lana, what did you learn?
Well, Sir Henry explained that Egypt's official name is the Arab Republic of Egypt, with an estimated population of 81 million people and the official language being Arabic. He went on further to explain that Egypt is considered to be a republic, similar to the United States, but that corruption was really submerged in the political structure, and that was the reason why in the past months we heard a lot about the riots and protests that were happening all over the capital, Cairo. Furthermore, I learned that the official religion is Islam, and that was something that I never knew. For some reason, I still thought that they follow all Egyptian religious customs. A cool fact that I learned about Egypt was that it's divided into 4 geological areas: the Nile Valley, the Delta, West and East Deserts, and the Sinai Peninsula. Also that the Great Pyramid is estimated to have about 2,300,000 stone blocks that weigh from 2 to 30 tons. There is so much stone mass in the pyramid that the interior temperature is constant and equals the average temperature of the Earth, 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
That was wonderful, Lana. All right, Caleb, tell us what you learned.
I learned so much about Australia, considering the fact that I learned everything I know about Australia from the crocodile hunter. So,
Wonderful.
There's a lot to know about Australia. The name Australia is derived from the Latin australis, meaning southern. Australia is the world's 6th largest country by total area. And this is a thing that completely caught me off guard. Australia has 4 cities that made 2011's top 10 world's most livable cities. And with a estimated population of 4.6 million, Sydney, Australia is the largest city on the continent, ranked number 6, with Melbourne, Australia, ranked number 1. The first inhabitants of Australia are estimated to have appeared between 42 and 48,000 years ago, which means that they came from Southeast Asia and that they had to travel across the seas from island to island to end up in Australia eventually. In 1606, the Dutch discovered Cape York Peninsula, but made no attempt at settlement. In 1770, James Cook claimed the eastern half of the continent for Great Britain. Cook's discoveries prepared way for the establishment of a penal colony, which means that Australia in the eastern half was originally colonized for convicted felons from Great Britain. Who figures? The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef. It lies a short distance off the northeast coast and extends for over 1,240 miles. The Great Dividing Range, also known as the Eastern Highlands, is Australia's most substantial mountain range and the 3rd largest in the world. As the world's 4th largest exporter of wine, there are no shortages of vineyards in the Barossa Valley. Another major export of Australia is gold. Although Australia might be stereotypically recognized for koala bears and kangaroos, they're also well known for their cricket and rugby teams.
Wow, I learned a lot. Ivan, you're up next.
The Italian Republic, or simply Italy, is a country south of Europe consisting of mainly of a boot-shaped peninsula together with its 2 large islands in the Mediterranean Sea, Sicily and Sardinia. To the north, it's bound by the Alps, where it borders France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia. With its capital being Rome, Italy has countless beautiful towns, each with its own history, architecture, and work of art. To name a few of these towns, we have Florence, Venice, Siena, and Naples. The Italian Republic culture is well known for its art, several monuments, among them the Leaning Tower of Pisa and the Roman Colosseum, as well as for its foods, wine, lifestyle, elegance, design, theater, literature, and especially its language of Italian. I guess it's not all about just gym, tan, and laundry, but Italia does have its own culture.
Wow, I must say, I am impressed. You guys sure learned a lot. Now I consider you guys part of the unique few with knowledge of the world around you. You guys may enjoy the summer.
Well, I know I learned a few things that I didn't know before. Like, I thought that Egypt had its old Egyptian customs, like with the mummies and stuff. I didn't know they were now into Islam, which is something new that I learned.
I did like Australia. They do have really happy places there. It's pretty awesome.
I know, that's what Well, next up, our next group, it's
Wazobia. Their name is actually from 3 different African dialects.
It means come dance, come sing, and come play. And let me tell you, folks, after you hear them perform, you will definitely want to come dance, come sing, and come play with them.
Yes, now let's give them a round of applause while they get set up.
How's everyone doing so far? Yeah. Are y'all ready to do a little participation? Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we have another couple minutes of setup, so I'm going to lead the participation right now. Can you do that with me? Yeah. All right. So this is going to be a Congolese song called Elonga. It means that I need to get everyone else out there singing with me. So I'm going to teach you the words. And so I'm just going to say them for you right now. Elonga Salamongo. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga Salamongo. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga. 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 All right, so this is a beautiful way to sing a song because it's call and response, meaning I'm going to sing it first, and you're going to sing it back to me. So I'm going to sing it right now. Elonga Salamongo. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga Salamongo. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga. Elonga. Elonga, Elonga, Elonga. Not bad at all. So I will say that this is a song that works better if you are clapping your hands to the beat. And if you happen to be standing. So everyone please stand up for just a moment. What? Nice. Thank you very much for being so willing to participate. All right, here we go. Elonga Salamongo. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga Salamongo. Elonga Mokaye. Elonga. 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 Thank you so much. Y'all can have a seat now. Thank you.
chez nous, au quoi bouquet, ma beauté, il est quoi, ma chez nous, au quoi bouquet, ma beauté, il est quoi, ma chez nous, au quoi bouquet, ma beauté, il est quoi, ma chez nous, au quoi bouquet, ma beauté,
Elle est quoi?
ma beauté, elle est quoi, elle est quoi, ma beauté,
Au quoi bouquet?
ma bouquet, ma beauté, ma beauté, elle est quoi, ma beauté, ma
So this is another part where I'm going to need your help to finish out this song. When I say oh we me, you say oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. When I say oh we me, you say oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. When I say oh we me, you say oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. When I say oh we me, you say oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me. Oh we me. Oh le le. We me. Oh we me. Oh we me, oh we me. Oh we me, oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me, oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me, oh we me. Oh le le. We me, oh we me. Oh le le. Oh we me, oh we me. Oh le le. Oh le le. Oh le le. I want to say thank you so much for having us, so much for participating with us. And if you're interested, definitely come up on stage here at the end and come play with us. Because we're Wazobia. We're here to come and dance, sing, and play with you. So come up on stage.
Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Come right up stage.
Let's go.
They changed it up, so. Okay. So right before you guys start singing and dancing and playing with them, we'd like to say a couple of few words, please. Okay. If you could please refrain from taking the centerpieces, they're actually rented, so if we lose some or misplace some or some get taken, we will be in big trouble. So that could be really appreciated. And we would also like to give a couple of thank yous.
Our first people that we'd like to thank, the Global Experience Planning Committee.
And most of them are actually upstage. And if you guys are not, please come upstage. Okay. And the planning committee, could you please move to the front?
Yeah,
Planning
here in
committee.
front of the drums. Go ahead.
Gilbert, planning committee, Olga, planning committee.
No, yeah, the planning committee.
Could you please give them a round of applause? Take a bow, guys. They took a lot of their time each week to make this happen, so they were really amazing.
Yes, we have several other people we'd like to thank that helped put the Global Experience Festival together. The first person we would like to take is Katie Giesman over here. She's sitting down. She's the International Student Organization.
Woo! Katie! Next, we would like to thank Francisco Ramirez, the Hispanic Student Organization Advisor. Where are you, Cisco?
Cisco.
Woo!
Oh! Next, the Creative Dining, the caterers of the event.
I know, they made delicious food for us tonight, so could you please give them a round of applause? Next, we would like to thank the Student Congress for helping to fund this event, the food and entertainment.
GRCC, Student Life.
Trustee Richard Bergberg for his welcome speech. Thank you so much, sir.
Campus Police for keeping us safe.
And Rick Vanderveen and the Ford Fieldhouse staff for making this, the tables, the floor, everything happen. Thank you so much, guys. And also, we have some people that we'd like to give a special thanks to. Café con Leche for our dinner entertainment.
Roy Vander Andy for bringing us amazing birds and parrots.
You guys did like the birds, right? They were amazing. We would like to thank Nick Norier, artist of the live illustrations. He did his wood carvings over there. Thank you so much.
And also, we would like to just point out that all our performances today They were free. Just took their time out of their day to come out here and perform for you guys. And I just want you guys to give them a hand of applause for everybody that performed tonight.
And now, one last announcement. Just so you guys know, we have the Wasumbia right here, but we also have DJ Mundo on the other side of the curtain, and he has the sickest beats you will ever hear. So if you want to go groove.
Bust the dance move over there.
Yeah, bust the dance move over there. Just go right onto the dance floor and have fun. Thank you so much, guys, for coming.
Thanks for coming out.